Hey guys, it's Avery and welcome to my IGTV series on thrifting. I love thrifting. It's one of my favorite pastimes. It's life-changing. Once you get started, you seriously will get really addicted. So I guess this episode is just gonna be an intro to thrifting, like how I got into it, maybe a few tips or tricks thrown in there, but really just a basic, like, beginner's starting guide. So I thought I'd start with just some basic questions that people always tend to ask me when it comes to thrifting. One of the main ones is, how did I get into thrifting? It's kind of a long story, but I used to not step foot in thrift stores, like, ever. I was really into brand labels and not even like the super expensive ones, but I was like one of those people. I lived in a box. I was like, okay, I can only go to Target or Marshall's. I was overwhelmed when I would go in thrift stores because there's just so much stuff to weed through, and it's not always displayed very nicely. So my husband, when we were dating, he would take me to thrift stores, and I sort of, it wasn't my favorite thing. I'd just go because I liked spending time with him. But I eventually started to notice this pattern of, how much more affordable things were at thrift stores. I would see stuff and I'd be like, oh my gosh, this still has tags on it and it's from Target. I think that's when my mindset kind of started to shift, and I started to realize, like, I can score some really good deals here. Another really common question that I get about thrifting, people always want to know how often I go. I am usually going to a thrift store at least one every day, if not every other day. Like, if I'm on this end of town, I'll go to this thrift store and I'll just plan my day accordingly. But a good day, I'll go to 3 or 4 and see what I can find. I think one of the biggest challenges for people when it comes to thrifting is they are impatient. Sometimes when you go thrifting, it's more hit or miss. So you kind of have to have patience when you do it. You have to go frequently too, because they are constantly getting donations of clothing, home decor, so they obviously can't put it all out at once. They stagger it depending on what is selling. The worst thing you can do is go to one thrift store and say, this isn't for me, I haven't found anything. Another question I get from people is, how do I pick my clothing that I either keep or resell on our Etsy, Edison's Place? We'll go up and down the aisles. I'll be reaching out and feeling stuff. I kind of look sort of crazy because I love textures. And sometimes, I think my thrifting style is based on touch as much as it is sight, because sometimes you touch something and you realize oh, this is a quality garment, this is handmade, or this is just made out of really good materials. And also just looking at the tags, I almost have this Rolodex in my head of vintage name brand tags, so I can kind of easily look at something based on the style, if it has shoulder pads or something, and look at the tag, and I can really quickly narrow down this is from the 80s, or that's from the 70s, 90s, 50s, whatever. The other things I think you should know in this introductory video to thrifting. Well, I will say this, most Goodwills have a little loyalty card. If you didn't know that, I just blew your mind. But it used to be for every $10 you spent, and you had to do it 10 times, but now it's actually every $15 you spend. At Goodwills in particular, when you go there, they have a color of the week. And right now, I believe it's still orange barbs. So those are just the barbs that are in the tag of your clothing. or it'll have an orange mark through it if it's like a sticker tag or something. Those items are 50% off. So if you find something that you really like and it's got that color of the week tag, get it, because it's gonna be a really good deal. Like, just for instance, I got a dress the other day and it normally would have been $6.99, but since it had that orange barb, it was $3.99. So I saved a little bit of money. I'm gonna show you some of the things that I've found recently. This is Free People. A lot of people are familiar with Topshop, that brand. I thought this was really cute. Is Wild Fable, Target brand, brand new. This is a 90s top. It's like a celestial, like sun and moon print shirt. I've been seeing these all over Instagram for like months. And I found one and I was like, oh, that's really cool. You can find vintage at Goodwill, I'm telling you. If you look hard enough, if you keep going and you keep using the rules that I've said, you know, frequently, and have patience, you will find it, or it will find you. Now, I found this yesterday. I mean, look at this. Zipper on the front. It's like a 1960s dress. I loved the pink color. It's probably from the 60s. Just the button shirt front look. It's really cool. Another great place to source vintage or sometimes stuff that's new with tags is estate sales. And I'll probably do some other episodes on estate sales in this series. So that is all for this introductory video on thrifting, and I will be posting another one soon. And hope you guys have a good Thrifty Thursday. Bye.